name is Lee. What's your name?
My name is Han.
It's very nice to meet you, Han.
It's very nice to meet you too.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, so Han, how are you today?
I'm very nervous. I'm still recording my talking, my reading skill for the text, but
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. You can send it later. Yes.
okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But did you listen and read the article for tonight?
Uh, yes,
Yes, all right. So basically, you have nothing to worry about. It won't be difficult. Basically, this is just reading, learning pronunciation, and new vocabulary. Basically, like just a conversation. So, nothing to worry about, okay?
yes. I'm
Yes, all
still
right.
very nervous because I've been talking English for a long time now.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, so this is like a review for you. Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Okay, well, don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll do just fine. And you can send the recording as your homework instead, okay?
alright.
Yes, okay then. Right, so here, let me share my screen with you. Right, just a moment, please. Okay, so Han, can you see my screen?
Yes, very clearly.
Okay, that's great then. So, of course, we are going to study Breaking News English, and the title for our lesson here is Woman Runs Record 150 Marathons in 150 Days. So, here, Han, please repeat.
Woman runs record 150 marathons in 150 days.
Yes, very good job. Now let's read the whole article together. Please repeat after me by sentence, okay?
Yeah, alright.
All right. Many people would struggle to run just one marathon.
Many people would struggle to run just one marathon.
They would need months of training to get into shape to last the 42.195-kilometer distance.
They would need months of training to get into shape to the last the 42.195 kilometers distance.
Okay. However, marathons are no problem for Australian runner Erkana Murray Bartlett.
However, marathons are no problem for Australian runner Akana Murray
Murray.
Butler.
Okay.
Murray,
She Okay, let's say that again. Murray Bartlett.
Murray Bartlett.
Okay, very good. She has just run 150 of them every day for 150 days.
She has just run 150 of them every day for 150 days.
Very good. The 32-year-old ran 6,329 kilometers from Queensland at the top of Australia to Melbourne at the bottom.
The 32 years old ran six, um, 6,322 kilometers from Queensland at the top of Australia to Melbourne at the bottom.
Mhm. Her 5-month coast-to-coast run set a new world record.
Her 5 months coast to coast run set a new record.
Mhm. It's the most consecutive daily marathons ever run by a woman.
It's the most consecutive daily marathons ever run by a woman.
Mhm. She smashed the previous record of 106 marathons in 106 days.
See, she's she smashed the previous record of 106 marathons in 106 days.
Mhm. Miss Murray Bartlett is a professional runner.
Miss Mary Bartlett is a professional runner.
Mhm. She missed out on qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics, so she set her sights on a record breaking challenge.
She missed out on qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics, so she set her sight on a record-breaking challenge.
All right. Murray Bartlett embarked on a marathon number of marathons to raise awareness of the extinction crisis in Australia.
Murray Bartlett uh, what did
Embarked?
em- embarked
Yes.
and brought her marathons number of marathons to raise awareness of the extinction crisis in Australia.
Okay, very good. Many species of animals and plants are dying out in her country.
Many, many species of animals and plants are dying out in her country.
Mhm. Australia is rich in biodiversity, but has the worst rate of animal loss of any country.
Oh, that one it was animal?
Mhm. Oh, rate of mammal loss of any
No.
country. Right.
Australia is rich in biodiversity but has the worst rate of mammal loss of any country.
Mhm. Her run has raised $70,000 for the conservation charity, the Wilderness Society.
Her runs has raised $17,000 for the conservation charity, the Wilderness Society.
Yes, wilderness.
Wilderness Society.
Okay. She said it was an incredibly tough 5 months, but she knew she could do it.
She said it was an incredibly tough 5 months, but she knew she could do it.
Right, please say tough.
Tough.
Okay, that's better. She said, even though sometimes you're covered in sweat and flies and everything ached, I thought, no, I could go 1 more kilometer, or no, I can go 500 more meters.
She said even though sometimes you are covered in sweat and flies and everything's
Eight.
ache,
8, yes.
ache. I thought, no, I can go more 1 kilometer, or no, I can go 500 more meters.
hmm If you keep stringing together little tiny goals, you can make it.
If you keep stringing together little tiny goals, you can make it.
This is a lesson for us all.
This is a lesson for us all.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much for reading nicely. And I can see that you are very careful with your pronunciation, which is great. Yes, but do you understand our article here, Han?
Um, I'm quite sure I'm understanding.
Yes, okay. That's great then. All right. So, here, before we do more of the activities, let's discuss this part here. Right. There's a sentence that says, we should all run marathons to stay healthy and live longer. How do you feel about that, or what do you think about it?
Um, well, my points discussed. I would say that if we got, it's true that running marathons is good for us all. It raises our health. Is keeping our body keeping our body in shapes. But for some people who has already a bad condition
hmm
in their health, running marathons would only cause much worse much worse damage to their health.
Yes,
So I would
okay.
say running marathons is only great for people who has a healthy life or really need marathons to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, all right. That's a very good point, and I really much agree with you. Thank you so much. Now, here, let's review some words in the article. Please repeat struggle,
Struggle,
marathon,
marathon,
right, training,
training,
shape,
shape,
hmm distance,
distance,
okay, runner,
runner,
coast,
coast,
record.
record,
Yes, all right. Olympics,
Olympics,
awareness,
awareness,
extinction,
extinction,
right, crisis,
crisis,
species,
species, Species.
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 Yes, that's right. Biodiversity.
Biodiversity.
Charity.
Charity.
Okay. Sweat.
Sweat.
Flies.
Flies.
Goals.
Goals.
All right. So, Han, do you understand these words or do you have any questions about them?
Um, I'm trying to understand, but what is in extinctions?
Okay, right. So when we say extinction, that means to completely die out. That means nothing would remain of it. Yes. All right.
Uh,
So if something goes extinct, that means it's no longer alive. All of it.
uh, all right. Then I
hmm
have no more words.
Right. Okay, so now let's move on to true or false. So I will read a sentence here and please tell me if it's true or false based on the article that we just read, okay?
Okay.
Okay, number one, many people said they struggled when they ran a marathon.
It's true.
It's true. Yes, very good job. And here, number two, a marathon is 42.159 kilometer in length.
I would say it's false
All right, why is it false?
because it only say the last to stand uh for the to last the 42.9195 kilometer distance. They don't say it's in length, the exact length of it.
Yes, basically the length and distance is the same, but what's different is the number. So here it says 42.195, and this one it says
Ah,
42.159. So that's the mistake
uh,
there. Okay?
um,
Yes, all right. Now let's try number three. A woman ran from the north of Australia to the south.
um, it's true.
Yes, it's true. Very, very good. That's right. Because we say coast to coast from one end to another. Right. And number four, the woman represented Australia in the Tokyo Olympics.
That's false
This is false. Why so?
because she missed out her on qualifying to the Tokyo Olympics.
Right. Very good. And number five, the woman ran to highlight species extinction in Australia.
Um, I would say I'm not understanding how we say run into highlights.
Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. So when we say highlight, basically that means to focus on something. Yeah, highlight, to focus on something.
So the sentence means that a woman decide to do marathons. So
People would.
for people would have, so she could give to charity, so people can have money to protect species, highlight
Yes.
species section.
Yes.
Uh, um, it's false because uh, wait, um,
It's all right.
no, it's true.
Yes, it's actually true. Very good job. You figured it out. Right. So when we say raise awareness, that means we want people to pay attention to something. So basically, we want them to focus on something. So that's to highlight it. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So now let's have number six. The woman raised $70,000 for a conservation charity.
True.
Yes, it's true. Very good. The numbers are correct, and the name of charity is correct as well. All right, so number seven, the woman said she was covered in sweets and fries.
Swiss and fur. Um, no, it is false.
Yes, that's right. It is false. Because she was covered in what?
In sweats and flies.
Right. Very good. Number eight, the woman suggested people could do things if they set small goals.
Mm, you could um, true. You could
Yes.
string together by doing small goals.
Yes. All right. So keep stringing together all tiny goals. You can make it. Basically, you could do things if they set small goals. Right. Very good job. Thank you. You are very careful with your answers. You got most of them correctly. Very nice job. All right. So now let's move on to synonym match. Here we are going to. I'm sorry. Here we are going to match words that have the same meaning. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, right. So let's start with number one. It's struggle. So please find the word that has the same meaning as struggle.
I would say it's difficult.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, okay, if your answer is difficult, we still have the word tough in number nine. So tough has a closer meaning to difficult, actually. So that would leave out struggle. Can you choose another word that might have the same meaning as struggle?
Mm, was sore because that's the only word I'm not understanding the meaning now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. All right. So sore means painful.
Then I go with was sore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Well, we have the word ache.
Okay, this is not going well.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. So let's try to understand the word struggle. What do you think struggle means?
Struggle is getting hard to go through what we're having.
Mm-hmm. So we are trying to
Solve a
accomplish.
problem.
Okay, solve a problem. That's a good phrase. Solve a problem. So when we are solving a problem, we are basically like fighting, right? So which word here has the same meaning as fight?
Battle.
Right, that would be battle. So to struggle is to battle your problems. So they have the same meaning. Okay?
Alright.
Right. Let's move on to get into shape.
Get fit.
Yes, that's perfect. Very good job. How about set?
Is it? I would say it's create.
Yes, actually, it is great. All right, to set is to create. And previous,
Earlier.
earlier. Yes, that is right. It's earlier. Set one's sights on.
Um, is it target?
hmm Yes, that's right. It is a target. Yeah. Okay, next we have phrase.
Increase.
Yes, it is to increase. And crisis.
Um, crisis emergency.
Yes, crisis is an emergency. All right. Loss.
Loss is death.
Right, it is death. Okay, here we go. How about tough?
Tough is difficult.
Of course, it is. An eight?
Was sore.
Yes, it is was sore. Very good job. Thank you. Do you have any questions about the synonyms?
I was a bit struggle with the set one size on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. All right. Basically, it's when you set one sight on something, that means you're looking at it. And when you're looking at it, that means it got your attention. That means it's your goal. That's your target, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Crisis also, but when it's matched with emergency, I can say I understand it now.
Okay, right. So basically, a crisis is a problem at hand and it needs an immediate solution. So therefore, it's an emergency. It needs solution right away. Okay?
I understand all. Have no
Yes.
words.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And now let's move on to our discussion. So, yes, Han, what do you think of marathons?
Um, I would say it's an exercise that would took a lot of energy and time,
That would
but
take a lot of energy and time.
it's perfect for someone who is trying to find peace while running the world,
Mm-hmm.
or they will relax themselves by burning their energy out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. That's a great answer. And what do you think of the record 150 marathons? I mean, Miss Bartlett ran 150 marathons in 150 days. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. It happens all the time. Yeah, she can do what she wants. It doesn't matter. It's all right though. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yes. Oh, maybe she needs to get something important from the room.
No, she's just asking me if I'm doing something because she's hearing weird language.
Oh, okay, okay. She got surprised. Yes.
Yes,
All right. But actually, don't worry. Your family members can do anything in the background as long as you can hear me, as long as it's not too noisy, so it's all right. Yes. Okay. Right. Yeah. What were you gonna say about 150 marathons?
well, for me, I would say I can I would never make it my life because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as loving workout and I
Mm-hmm.
don't like running much. But for the fact that a person could do that, especially a woman
Mm-hmm.
who could face that and make it a record, it
Mm-hmm.
was very incredible, extraordinary.
Yes, it is. All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts. And would you like to run marathons?
I would say I'm a lazy person. I don't like to move around so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, say if I like to run marathon, I will say I like to walk marathon more than run
Mm-hmm.
because
I
I
see.
think I will pass out while I'm running.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a very honest answer. Thank you for that. And okay, how is we both know that healthy is running for the body. Yeah, I mean, it is. How healthy is running for the body and mind, including the mind?
Um, for the body, we all know that running marathons is an activity that people suggest to each other to participate,
Mm-hmm.
to be in shape or to get healthier, to know what our body wants. But
Mm-hmm.
in mind, it would be also a strategy for us to burn out our negative energy after a long day or after a long week.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, or for most people, running is like a way to relax our mind.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, that's a great answer. And it's true. I do know some people who run to calm their minds or to feel better after a long day. Well, should schools get all children to run regularly?
Um, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
schools I would say that for some students, for most of students, run is the best for them, the best for their health. They should do something after a long day sitting in one place,
Mm-hmm.
and they should exercise for their body to get healthier. But for some other schools, for like schools for children with disabilities, then they should discuss about this. Of course, one is still good, but for some rare disease that happens to our body, maybe running is just a way to just a bit run will be good, but for a marathon, it will maybe cause a bad situation for the children.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, that's great. Well, in your experience when you were a student in elementary, let's say kids, did your school ever make you run?
I would say every gym class
Mm-hmm.
they will make us run, and for some of our mates, they would
Mm-hmm.
just sit still at one place because they have health conditions. So if they run, it will it will become worse.
Okay, I see. So your school provided exemptions for those who have health conditions or issues with running. Okay, that's great then. All right, so what do you think are the good and bad things about running?
The good in running is I will say that the bad things will happen to us at the beginning of getting used to running.
Mm-hmm.
We will have pain, we will get numb on our feet,
Mm-hmm.
we will have health problems, example like breathing or always get tired because we're losing our energy so much. But
Mm-hmm.
soon after that, the good things will come to us. We will somehow get stronger, be
Mm-hmm.
more healthy, and we'll have more. I would say that we have more patience, and our mind will become our get less stress than before
Mm-hmm.
because uh, at first we burn out our energy, but soon later we burn out our negative energy. The more we run,
The better we feel?
the better. Yeah, I could say that. I'm losing my words.
It's okay, it's okay. It happens sometimes. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's why you're taking this lesson so that you can remember more words or learn some, of course. Yeah, so that was great. Your answer was good. And yeah, I do agree with that. So the first part of it is a struggle, but later on we get used to it. All right. So do you think professional runners have a good life?
Um, I will say if they um no in my opinion they have a good life because they know how to release their stress,
Mm-hmm.
both release their stress and get better energy at the
Mm-hmm.
same time,
Mm-hmm.
and they got better health, they got better diet, they got
Mm-hmm.
energy even after a long workout. So I could say that they're having a happier life.
Yes. Okay. All right. Since they train so hard, they work out so hard, they must have a healthy life too. That's a very good point. Well, what advice do you have for Miss Marie Bartlett if ever you met her?
Well, she's an example for keep moving your life. Don't give up. We will success if we keep moving. But having a advice for her, um, I think that I have the audacity to pass advice to her because I already see her as oh she's perfect. She's
Mm-hmm.
work out. She think for herself. She think for the world. What could I say? I just support her.
Okay, maybe it's the other way around, right? Like she needs to give advice to us. Yes, not us giving advice to her. Okay, that's a very nice point. Thank you. Now let's move on to match phrase. So basically, this is like a grammar practice where you're going to have to complete a sentence using the phrases from 1 to 10 up to with A to J. So basically, these are the sentences taken from the article. Let's see if you can remember them, okay?
Okay.
All right, so here, number one, many people would struggle to. Please try to find the next part.
Uh, to run just one marathon.
Yes, okay, very good. That is correct to run just one marathon. And number two, need months of training to get.
Um, to get into shape.
Yes, to get into shape. That's good. And her 5 month.
Um, 5 months coast to coast runs.
Yes, okay, it is coast to coast run. Number four, she missed out on qualifying.
For the Tokyo Olympics
Yes, for the Tokyo Olympics. And number five, set her sights.
on a record-breaking challenge.
Yes, on a record breaking challenge. Very good. Next, raise awareness of.
Uh, the extinction crisis
Yes, that's good. The extinction crisis. And number seven, many species of animals. And
and plants are dying out.
yes, and plants are dying out. Australia is rich
Is rich in biodiversity.
in biodiversity. Okay. She said it was an incredibly.
Top 5 months
Okay, very good. That is right. And this is a lesson.
to us all.
Yes, okay, very good job. Nicely done. You were able to remember all the phrases and sentences. Do you have any questions here, Han?
No, I don't have.
Okay, so now let's move on to our next discussion. We have two parts of discussion actually. So, what do you think about what you read?
I'm reading a history challenge
Mm-hmm.
that would become a lessons for us all to not give up in our life. We will have better results if we just keep moving non-stop.
Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. Well, what do you think of running generally? Not only of marathon, but any kind of running.
It's lose our energy. It makes us lose our energy. It
Mm-hmm.
makes us tired, breathe heavily. But at some points, running is our way to. We would say that to become to be more happier, to release our negative energy,
Mm-hmm.
and usually running is an activity that we do to show that we are happy, and we run for. Oh God, what am I forgetting?
It's okay. It's okay. Yes, all right. Well, that was a good thought. So, running helps us have a good mind. It gives us a good body, although it makes us tired. So, yeah, you were making a point. That's a good one. Thank you for trying. Now, here, let's have C. Right, this is a very controversial one. So, what issues would you like to raise awareness of?
Right now, I having awareness of global warming.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Why do you want people to focus on global warming?
The fact that global warming is the main reasons makes the we would say making our green planet become more harder to
Mhm.
live. It's not
Mhm.
fresh. It's always burning,
Mhm.
and it could make our life become even harder and harder to live in a
Mhm.
fresh environment.
Okay. Yes. All right. It's making our lives more difficult, and it's also making our planet worse. All right. That's a good point. Thank you. And what do you think of the extinction crisis?
Um, I would say it's very bad for
Mhm.
making something that it lives in our history become gone. So, in every way, I would say that it's an extinction crisis happening is a bad thing is happening.
Okay, yes, it is a bad thing. But Han, do you know of any animal that has been extinct or has gone extinct in the past?
Is Venice is highline or is already gone?
It's already gone.
It is already gone.
Hmm.
Mm, I have many, but it's too far. I would say it's I somehow remember the highlight, but for the already gone, it's very far,
hmm.
like mammoth
Yes, yes, that's a good answer. The mammoth.
or I don't know. Is dinosaurs is counting because they live too far?
Hmm. Yeah, dinosaurs do count. They are extinct.
Nah, I'm not remembering.
Okay, all right. Those were good answers. So, dinosaurs and mammoths really did go extinct a long time ago. And you mentioned earlier that you know some of the animals that are almost extinct right now. So, they should be a highlight. What animals right now do you know of that are almost extinct?
um, I I read it a long time ago, so I don't know if now they are still highlight things, but
Hmm.
we have flamingos
Right. Yes, flamingos.
or what are it called? Mm, the firefly, fireflies,
Yes, fireflies. Hmm.
um, tiger.
Tigers? Yes. All right. Well, from these three animals that you mentioned, including the insect, which is a firefly, what are the main causes of the reason of their extinction?
I I would say first with flamingos and fireflies,
Mm-hmm.
they actually with both three, they are losing their place to live.
Mm-hmm.
People are destroying their place to live. They have less and less, so they give birth less and less, or exactly can't they can't give birth, so the population of those species just just losing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, okay, that's true. So the number of those animals are continuously growing less because of habitat loss. Yeah, so the place that they are living in is basically what we call their habitat. All right, that's the environment where they would survive, habitat, and they cannot reproduce. As you said, they cannot give birth. Yes, okay, so there won't be much of them left in the future. All right, thank you so much. That was a very good answer. Now, okay, this one is a little private, but I'm sorry to ask. What tough things have you done in your life?
Um, so, uh, showing my parents that, or exactly I came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I came out, but
Mm-hmm.
not all, only a few.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. And why do you feel that it's tough?
Well, because I was so sure that uh, I was so sure that in all of my years I was straight as a steel, but
Mm-hmm.
then now I'm bending over, so I'm still nervous, but I'm still trying because I'm seeing it. It is real, so I'm accepting it, but I'm still trying to discover myself
Mm-hmm.
if I am really in in the LGBT community, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, or I'm just loving this,
Mm-hmm.
or it's just my imagination and I just think too far.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Well, I know it's difficult to talk about it, but nowadays it's already 2023. It's highly acceptable. Everyone accepts it. And even in Asian countries, it's becoming a norm. So I guess there's no fear in just loving yourself the way you are or whatever you think you are. Just try to enjoy it any way you can. Yes. All right. Well, here, when was the last time you were covered in sweat? This is a weird question, but okay.
I'm gonna answer that the last time covering sweats is was 2 weeks ago when I'm practicing tennis
Okay,
and
yes, all right.
I'm running. I'm focusing and I'm both focusing on running to
Mm-hmm.
catch the ball
Mm-hmm.
for 15 minutes total. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm covering sweats.
Okay, I see. All right, and I guess the weather must be pretty humid or hot, and still doing sport could really make you break a sweat. All right. Well, okay. What tiny goals do you have? Like, these are like short-term goals that you want to achieve within a month, a couple of months, or within a year. What are tiny
Um,
goals that you have?
Usually, all of my tiny goals was to achieve good points in class, to have the best grade
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
so I could get my prize for my mom.
You get a prize.
I
That's
get a
great.
prize. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sounds wonderful. All right. Well, are you still getting a prize nowadays or doing
We just
hard?
made that from. We just made up that. We just made tar- that target of mine for the beginning of the month. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
still trying to get more points at school.
Okay, I see. All right. So basically, for every grade that you get, there's like an equivalent prize. No, which is pretty cool. That's a really good motivation. Okay, thank you. Now, here, all right. So earlier we were asked if we could give advice to Miss Murray Bartlett, but now what questions would you like to ask her?
Um, I will ask her like a question. Do you ever face people saying things about you, but mostly they wanted you to take a rest? Some think about you, some is judging you, but most of the questions was asking you to take a rest, don't push yourself, and what do you think about it?
Okay, I see. All right, that's a very good question to ask her actually, because she ran 150 days. Yes. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I guess it's very interesting that she ran 150 days without anybody stopping her, right? But I guess everybody around her understood her goals and what she wanted to do. So I guess they just kind of like supported her and were ready to help her out whatever it may be, or what could the situation do to her. So here's the spelling, right? So basically these are the words that we studied earlier. You know them already, but they are jumbled. So please tell me the word if you can remember them. All right.
People will struggle to
Yes.
run.
Right. Very good job. You're able to remember it perfectly. That's great. Number two, last the 42.195 kilometer
Distance.
distance. Great. And the most.
Con- Consecutive.
Yes, that's right. Consecutive daily marathons. Number four, she smashed the.
The previous record.
Mhm. Yes, previous record of 106 marathons. And this one missed
Uh,
out on,
Myself on qualifying for
yes,
the
qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics. And number six, a record breaking
breaking challenge.
challenge. Great. And this one, raise
Raise awareness.
awareness. Perfect. The,
The extinction.
yes, extinction crisis in Australia. Number nine, many,
Many species.
yes,
Species.
yes, species of animals and plants. Number 10, Australia is rich in.
Biodiversity.
Okay, very good. Biodiversity. Number 10, raised $70,000 for the conservation
Charity.
charity. Okay, number 12, covered in.
In sweats.
Yes, sweat and flies. Okay, wow, very good job. You breezed through that. That was amazing. Do you have any questions about it?
No, I don't have any.
Yes. All right. So now let's do role plays. Okay. So basically, these are like ideas that I would give you, and you're gonna defend them while you think that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So here, you think doing 150 marathon is the toughest thing. Can you tell me three reasons why it is the toughest thing?
Um, First, you have to make sure that doing 100 marathon, sorry, you have to make sure you got enough health to do at least to do those 150 marathons.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
Secondly, you make sure you have time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just go and place out. I have this weekend. I can go do this. No,
Mm-hmm.
you have to practice. You have to increase your health. You can just take it one day and you will finish it.
Mm-hmm.
It needs time and it will take a lot of times and health.
Okay. Yes. All right. And the third reason?
The third reason is you need to make sure that while you're running, you're practicing, you your family is ready to support you.
Mm-hmm.
Your diet is going all the right way, and you need a person to um, more like you need a coach
Mm-hmm.
to teach you and to lead you the way so you can finish it. So it will cost you the time to explain to your family, make your family understand what you're wanting, and it will cost also money to have a perfect diet for your body and a coach
Mm-hmm.
also.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Those reasons are very good. So, first are health concerns, next is time, and next is social support. So, basically, when we say social support, that's everyone around you, friends, family, even people that you just know. So, you just need their social support. Right. Great answers. Thank you. And next, we have fluency in English. Okay, you might relate to this one. So, you think fluency in English is the toughest thing? All right, so please tell me why that English is the toughest thing.
Um, English is the most common language in our world. It's
Mhm,
not tough to understand, but to speak it, to speak it fluency, it may if you're learning in a time when you already grown up, when you already push yourself to learn and focusing on harder things, then learning to talk in English is like you learning all the way, all again
mhm.
at the beginning of
Yes, you're like starting over again.
starting over again.
Yes, okay. All right. Well, that's a good reason. Another one.
Um, talking when you start to talk more fluent, you will raise an expectation
Mhm,
that that your English skills are good enough.
mhm,
People can understand what you think, and you thought that you are good enough to
mhm,
talk with the for foreigners,
mhm.
I mean
Foreigners? Foreigners?
foreigners,
Mhm,
yes, foreigners. But the toughest thing is when you start to talk to them, you
mhm,
suddenly feel nervous. Your English is not good anymore.
mhm,
You say things that you could recognize this, that only you understand the word, but the other will not.
mhm. Okay, yes, all right. Can you give me one last reason for that?
Um, Last reason is when you talk fluency in English, but you have to also learn the accent of different places. You,
Mhm,
if you talk in one accent and you think that is good enough, then when you go like study abroad
mhm,
or you go a vacation outside,
mhm,
they're still speaking English, but if you don't learn their accent, you don't really understand what you're saying.
mhm,
And talking fluency English is not enough. You also need to spend your time and learn their accents so you will understand what they are saying, and you have to make sure that they will understand what you are saying.
Okay. Yes. All right. That's a very good point as well. And yeah, I guess that's already a problem for like advanced speakers or when you are already traveling abroad. Okay, so basically, number one, to speak it is challenging. That's the problem with English. You can read it, you can listen to it well, you can understand it completely. But when you speak it, that's where the challenge comes. Next is meeting expectations. As you said, as you improve, your expectation goes higher. And lastly, local accents. Yeah, the accents changes from place to place. And there's slangs, collocations that you also need to be aware of. All right, thank you. Now let's move on to the next one. Right, it's funny true love. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. This is timely. Okay, you think funny true love is the toughest thing. Can you give me three reasons why?
Yes, I'm in this thing right now, so I can understand. Um, um, Firstly, we got traumas in our childhood. We got
Right?
we got little, we got a lot. It's based on everyone's life, but at least we got at least one trauma in
Mm-hmm.
our childhood, and that makes us have to have a strong mind.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, we have to careful in believing what other people saying.
Mm-hmm.
So finding true love is basically put all your trust, put all your trust and love for the other person,
Mm-hmm.
but you are not sure about they will keep it and appreciate it, that you can expect something in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So finding a true love for the rest of your life is a challenging is a challenge to both your mental brain, mental heart.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. So basically, that's like a trust issue right there.
Yes.
Yes, trust issues dealing with, of course, traumas. That's a good point. And secondly, why is it challenging to find true love?
Um, Finding a true love is finding a person who will go with you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So finding a person that match your type,
Mm-hmm.
but also match both your type, both your expectation, but also the other person needs to think that you are also the one for them. And the world is so round, you can't kill 8 billion people. How can you find a
Yeah,
person
you
who
can't just pick one out and say that's it. Yeah, that's not how it works. Okay, so I'll take the two. First is dealing with traumas, and next is sorry, compatibility. All right. Well, I'd love to talk more, but I'm sorry we've run out of time. So let's
yes
talk some more next time, okay?
all right.
Okay, thank you so much for your time and have a great evening. Bye bye, Han. See you. Thank
Bye
you.
bye, Steve. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, teacher. And see you